Happy to be here with you. We are on this little trajectory of sorts of health and wellness. I always strive to bring you very, very enlightening guests. And lately we've been talking about health, fitness, wellness, food that you eat, the company you keep. And it's super important to make sure that if you're going to achieve at a high level, that you surround yourself with people who believe in you. You surround yourself with people who will push you to be better than you think you are, and who will challenge you even on days when you show up with an attitude, because I do all the time. And that person will push you to be better, to overcome what it is that you might think you're overcoming at that moment. So health, wellness, diet, it all makes you do this thing called life. And today, we have one of my dear friends of years way back. He knew me when I had breast implants. He knew me when I had lash extensions. He knew me when I was dialed in to be that woman. But things have changed. He used to train me. He was a good friend. He has seen me go through a lot of changes in my life. And he and I reconnected almost a year and a half ago. And I've been training with him. Yeah, I've been training with you almost, because it was right before summer.
Okay, all right.
And he has the lab wellness, fitness, the lab fitness in San Diego. And he trains a group of badass women. Excuse me for cussing in front of your kid, but he trains a group of bad women that are strong, they're confident, but he puts us through these workouts, you guys. It's like, how many exercises can you do in the corner with one piece of equipment and dumbbells? And I'm the one complaining all the time, because I'll be the first to say, Coach, how many rounds do we have on this? 3, 4. I'm not over here trying to compete in the Olympics. I just want to work out and look cute. Anthony is in the house today. He's got a great story. Anthony Farmer, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
In true Brooklyn form,
Brooklyn.
You're here.
Yep.
Tell us your story, because you're a man of many journeys. You've been in the military. You've seen it all. You've done it all. You've been a San Diego staple fitness trainer for so long. You trained at Fit. You've had your own businesses. Now you're taking on a new position, which is, I think, amazing. Who is Anthony Farmer? How did you come to be where you are today?
So I guess you could rattle off all of these different accolades, and I never really do collect them, right? But if you had to sit down and say, yeah, I got out of the Navy. I got stationed here back in 2001. And then from 2001, I had the honor of being working as a PT in U.S. Navy. And just, I think through just grace, right?
Yeah.
And blessings, I got the opportunity to work with SEAL team, recon team, athletes. I didn't do what normal PT people got an opportunity to do. I didn't just see the wounded or the walking wounded. I got a chance to really work with, some really top people. And but I didn't see it as that.
Yeah.
I just was like, it was just my job. And then while I was in the Navy, at the same time moonlighting at 24 Hour Fitness, literally seeing clients. I would see 3 hours of patients at the Navy, run down the hill, go see 3 hours of clients, run back, see 3 hours of patients. So I was doing well, for San Diego standards. I was making a lot of money in the Navy and in personal training. And when I got out, it was just an easy transition because I was already doing what I wanted to do, right, and had the advantage of mixing physical therapy care in with personal training. And it was something that other trainers weren't doing. And it was a time when that wasn't what people thought they needed. Right. And then when they met me and I was like, oh, no, you have an antalgic gait and your shoulders protruded and let's fix this. And this is the reason why you can't see results. I had to answer. But with that came access to things, right? And people. And for the longest time, I disrespected my ability to see and understand injury. Did not respect the industry at all.
Yeah.
Because it just came natural.
Yeah.
And when that happened, God took me out of the game,
Ooh.
but he never let me leave.
God took me out of the game, but he never let me leave.
He made me watch.
That's it.
He made me watch.
Wow.
And then when from the sidelines, you know, you begin to recognize like, okay, you know, this is every person that I began to see. I started realizing that this person that I'm working with is a reflection of me.
Yes.
The reason why I'm attracted to them
Yes.
and they're attracted to me is because that's what's in my spirit.
That's right.
And then as I began to heal, my clientele became different.
Yes.
So it's my vision when you walk into the gym and it's on my shirt, it's on my sweatshirt, and I used to have shirts that said change your face.
Yeah.
You know, the moment you walk in the door, you need to change your face. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care if you just got off the phone with your boyfriend or your husband and you're getting a divorce. When you walk in the gym, that is the one place where you don't bring, can I curse?
Yes.
You don't bring that shit in here.
Yeah.
You know, you don't.
Yeah.
It's not fair
Yeah.
to me.
Yep.
It's not fair to you. And it's not fair to everyone else that's in the vicinity
Right.
that we're working with.
Right.
Because your energy carries, you know. And that's probably my biggest pet peeve is you didn't get your shit together before you walked in the gym. No.
Not on my time.
Yeah, not here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where we stay in the corner sometimes and do what we need to do in the corner. Because that area over there, they don't have their shit together.
You know, it's interesting because the girls and I, well, you know, and I know you know this because even if you're not looking at us, you know what we're doing. You know, you'll have us go to a chest press machine, grab some dumbbells, maybe 15 or 20 pounds, and a mat. And we will do 50 exercises in that corner with that chest press machine, never leave it and get a full body workout. And I'm bitching the whole time. Like, what is this guy? What can he make up one more damn exercise in this corner? Where do you get, because you train unlike any other trainer that I know. And yes, the physical therapy part of it is so huge. And I tell girlfriends of mine who are trainers, Tammy, what is it about Anthony that's so different? He does physical therapy while you're training.
Yeah.
And it's so important because people have injuries. And if you don't develop, you know, some sort of method to heal that injury or stretch it out, you're going to keep getting injured. So where does this come from, this insight? Is it the years of experience as of, you know, in physical therapy? Because you are every workout is different. It's never the same.
So not to sound, you know, guru-ish, I know it's wrong when I meet you.
Mm-hmm, you do.
I know it's wrong, and I know, you know, everybody has a blueprint, you know, whether you want to believe it or not, their body, you're born a certain kind of way.
Yep.
You know, unfortunately, some people have birth defects, but there are anatomical maps that, you know, when you go to physical therapy school, this anatomical position, this is how your body is supposed to look. And if your body looks this way, not physically from the standpoint of like you should be 8% body fat, but there's a certain way you should be sitting, there's a certain way you should be standing. And if you do that, you will get maximum usage of your body.
Right.
So a lot of injuries that people have are coming from they're wrapping their bodies around their life. Right?
Or what society tells you.
Or what society, right? So if you're sitting in front of a computer, guess what? You're going to have a forward neck. If you're driving all the time, you're going to have a flat back. And that shouldn't be the case, right? So it's always chest up, ass out.
Yeah.
Is mainly it, right? And
shoulders down, back.
Yeah. So chest up, ass out, right? Because those are the natural curves of the body. And when you meet a person, you could see it. Like, your neck is rounded, your back is flat, right? That's why your hips hurt, right? So it's not magic. And the industry itself, unfortunately, is selling these things without telling people the truth, right? First of all, you complain too damn much. Second of all, you got bad energy. And the reason why you have bad energy is because your blood isn't flowing in your body the right way.
Right, stagnant.
Right, yeah, it's stagnant because you have an area of your body that's locked up.
Yeah.
Right, and so now, and then you got these people who only sell one aspect of fitness, and they're like your zones and your chakras, and you know, and they only talk about that, but in reality, it's all of that.
Yeah.
Right? It's not just lifting weights. It's not just Pilates. It's not just yoga. It's not just one way is the right way.
Right.
It's your exercise or your workout should embody all of those different things. Right? So get on that machine and I need you to do a chest press.
Right.
Then I need you to put your right leg up and stretch that hip
That's
out.
right.
And then raise that weight up. That's your second exercise.
That's right.
The second exercise, third exercise is after we got that right hip open, I need you to tighten up that left glute.
Yeah.
So then now I want you to do a deadlift.
Fire it up.
With your hand on the right side, right? And so doing the one-legged deadlift. So you take these exercises and then you put them all together and you're trying to fix something.
Yeah.
Right?
I know I'm complaining half the time because it's like, what is he going to have me do next over here, right? I'm not trying to be a gymnast, right? I'm just trying to get my workout in. But what is it that you wake up every day and you're always so motivated? You're always in such a peaceful state. And,
no, I'm not.
Well, you are. And and you got a family, you've got kids that are active, you know, you do so many things in the community. You're from Brooklyn, you know, you've got all these things going on. You seem to be able to motivate us when we don't feel motivated. How do you stay motivated? What inspires you to keep doing what you do every day and making a difference in our lives? Because the group of women that you coach, we love you. Like, you're our coach. Like, we love you. Whatever you say, it's like, well, yes, okay, we'll do it. You know, we're complaining 90% of the way, but what motivates you to keep going and doing what you're doing?
First of all, I never want to go to that place again where I'm a spectator.
Right.
In my gift. I never want to go. That was a very dark place.
Talk about
where, yeah, it's literally like he's in your ear and you're supposed to be sitting there and you're supposed to be giving these people this, but your dumb ass wanted to do something different, right? But go ahead. I'm not going to let you leave the room.
Yeah.
And that was a very dark place. And you go through this period where you like, hate these people. I'm just going to drive Uber, right? And I'm just going to work at Home Depot. I'm going to go I'm gonna do something else. I don't want to do anything like this again. But then he's like, I'm never going to let you, like, this is your ministry. This is
marketplace.
This is where I gave you this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And, we can trace it back to my grandmother on my mother's side was a healer.
Yeah.
My father's mother was a healer. So I grew up with a gift that I didn't understand. I grew up with things that I could hear or see or feel. I could see people's pain. I could see people's injury. I knew how to fix it. But when I used it before, I used it to my advantage. I used it to get what I wanted. And I disrespected my gift. And he gave me an opportunity to get back. Hurt a lot of people. I hurt a lot of people because of the fact that I had access to what was going on with people. And I used it and I wasn't fixed and I wasn't healed. And because I wasn't healed and there was this power there, right? And so I feel as though in the past, I disrespected my gift. I didn't deliver on the things that I said that I was going to do. I didn't follow through. I didn't change my face when I walked in the gym. I
practice what you preach.
Right. And so when you say, you're motivated, no, I'm not. But I know how to change my face.
Yeah.
I know how to stand at the door, take a deep breath and go, okay, we're at work now.
That's it.
Right. And then you take over, talking God, take over. Let's fix whatever it is that we need to fix. And when we leave, let's go back to doing what we're doing.
What we need to do.
Yeah.
So you said this a couple of times and it resonates with me because I shared this with you recently about, as you know, you've known me back when I was a different, this is who I am. But you knew me back when I had breast implants and I had all the things. And I said to you recently about how I disrespected my body so much. And you brought that up a couple of times, disrespecting your gift, disrespecting your calling. What is it, if somebody's listening and somebody's watching right now, what would you encourage that person who is so gifted, that is knowingly and willingly and intentionally disrespecting their gift? Because it would be easy, Anthony, to go off course. What would you encourage that person to do if they're in the middle of disrespecting their gift or their body right now?
To trust the process.
Yeah.
Right. I couldn't get out of it because I knew what I was doing. I knew I was disrespecting it. Yeah. But I had to go full cycle.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And, the thing that changed me were my sons. Right. And I think having the realization that I am creating 3 versions of myself and I can't have them go out into this world unhealed. they don't deserve this.
Right.
So how do I heal so I can help them become better versions of themselves, right?
Yeah.
And so when I started examining that and like going, okay, let me fix this. So let me face my shit.
Yeah.
Right? Even though it hurts, let me be real.
Yeah.
Let me call myself, let me deal with this, right? So what I mean by that is giving myself grace and going, I only knew what I knew. I only did what I knew to do.
The best you could do at the time.
The best that I can. And then when I found something that was so much greater than me, right? And I think when he presented it to me and he was like, this is it. Are you going to do it or not? That's that moment you go, okay, I'm an asshole or I'm not, right? I need to really, I'm cursing so much.
Listen, I dropped the F-bomb on this thing. I was like,
Okay.
Corbin will edit it out if he needs to.
I just.
It's real. That's why we do what we do. Just keep it real.
Yeah, it was just that moment. I remember I was going to Reiki. I don't know why, but it was during COVID, and we had the last baby, Kwali. So I have 3 sons, and I was laying on the bed, and my Reiki, I don't even know what you call my Reiki
healer.
I was sitting, like I was transported to a table, and I was sitting at the head of the table, and at 3 different corners, it was me, and it was my 18-year-old self, and then my 27-year-old self, and then on the other side was like my 40-year-old self. And I'm sitting here and I'm holding a meeting with these guys.
Wow.
But sitting right next to them was my 13-year-old son, my 11-year-old son, and my 3-year-old son, my 5-year-old son. And their energies matched. And the things that those boys say all the time, that version of me said all the time.
Wow.
And I remember in the meeting going, we got to fix this. What are we going to do? Right? And we all agreed, we got to fix it. This is the issue. This is your problem. This is what you need to do. You take responsibility for who you were, who you did. I forgive you, right?
Wow.
This is the person that you need to take care of.
Wow.
Right? This is you.
Yeah.
God gave you this person right here.
Yep.
And so now when I deal with my sons, I deal with each one of them a different kind of way because they were a different version of me. Now I'm looking at, I made an agreement that day, right? So whenever I'm dealing with anything in my life that's taking me away from that meeting, I go, okay, one, change your face. Is it me? Is it the job? Is it the client? Is it this car? Whatever it is that's taking me away from that agreement that we made that day. Because the moment I made that agreement, I had peace, right? I had peace. I had purpose. Mm-hmm. So now when I tell a client, listen, I can't work with you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the reason why I can't work with you is because in my head, I'm like, we're breaking this agreement.
Yeah.
Your presence here is making me break this agreement. Yeah. When I take a job or when I do something and I'm realizing like, okay, I'm off my agreement, I got to change that. Yeah. This is not the direction that God wants me to take.
So which version do you most identify with now? Which version of you? Or has it completely evolved now because of who? It's
completely evolved.
Okay.
It's completely evolved.
Yeah.
Like to the point where it's like, there's a higher self that I can sit and go, huh, right? And just watch and without judgment, right? Go, Anthony, at 18, you're like 8% body fat. You are, a little bit of a player, right? But I didn't think I was a player, but you're showing up again, mm-hmm. No judgment, check it, fix it. Yep. And, so this new version of me is just so I love it.
Yeah. Well, you're definitely more grounded, but you're better now than you were before,
Yeah.
for sure, when it comes to your craft and your gifting and your ability to discern who's going to fit in this group this community that you've created. Your ability to discern who, she might not fit.
Yeah.
And I've shared this with people who are interested in training with you. They have to audition with you. Literally, it's a job interview.
They have to audition with you all. They have to audition with the energy that we create.
Yes.
And it's not me.
Yeah.
This is where we are. This is what we do.
Yep.
Everybody that here faces their shit.
That's it.
They know to get it together.
That's right.
We're not making a decision. We're not meeting at a round table.
Right.
This is it. It's 5 to 8. They show up.
That's it.
They check in. They roll call. Boom. And this is how you need to show up. And if you can't get it together, we're not for you at the time.
That's right. Because the group is very much all business. They get in there, they tune in. I'm the only one that's yapping all the time, so I distract everybody.
But that's also how you, it's different because it's how you process.
Yes.
Some people do it you're not judging anybody else while you do it, right? You're just trying to make sure we're all good and you're good, and it motivates you and it works that way with you, you know? So that's a different energy. You're not, so your yapping is actually like
thinking out loud.
Yeah.
Is he making me do this?
Yeah, because it's the same shit that I'm thinking.
Right. It's like
it's the same exact thing that I'm looking at.
Not really making me do this.
Yeah.
And then I'll pop off and go, Anthony, deadlifts again. We did this yesterday.
And I'm like, shut up.
Okay, we're doing deadlifts again today because my hamstrings can't be tight enough.
At what point in your life don't you have to bend over and pick something up?
That's it.
Right. You can't say I don't pick up stuff on Mondays.
And have that strength.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So you've created this community with you. You've been in San Diego for how long again?
It's almost 20 years.
Yeah. Okay. Because I remember back in the fit days, and I remember you've had your own places and whatnot. But yet, the one thing that remains constant with you is your dedication to your craft. Yeah. Your clients, they are walking billboards for you. They are strong women, and the few men that I've seen you train, they're strong too. And ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, make no mistake, these are not people who you would see on magazines that are typical of lean fitness models. They're strong, muscular women. Yeah. That are fit. They defy the stereotype of what is society's, perception of you have to be super skinny and lean and this. Right?
I defy the personal trainer.
Yes, you do.
Right? Because I'm like, at this point I'm like 290.
Yeah.
But try me.
Yeah.
Work out with me.
Yeah.
I'm talking about when I work out on my own.
For sure.
Right.
For
like
sure.
I'm like, I get it. You got abs and you look good. But do you have character? Do you have substance? Is your core strong? I'm not just talking about your core. Is your core strong, right? Do you know how to use that body that God gave you? Because you can work the aesthetics. You can look great. But, I know also, too, that a lot of that is cocaine and Ozempic.
Okay.
Right? That the reason why you look good, right?
See?
I know, right? So we know the background of a lot of these trainers is not real. And you can't stand a storm. And how dare you take the responsibility of another human being and their goals and the things that they're going through.
Yeah.
If you know how powerful this thing is.
The power you have over them.
The power you have over it, and your shit ain't together.
That's right.
That's not fair.
That's right.
And
it's interesting because that is so true. And, we deal with so many characters in the gym when we're working out because like today, for example, we took up a lot of real estate in there today.
Did we? I don't think we did.
But for us, it's not. But for the people who are around us, because, they kind of hover over us like, hold on.
They hover because they feel the energy and they feel the light.
They
come around. Literally, we can go to a place that's not even being used and people will literally go, like, I want to be over there.
That's right. That's right.
Why are you taking that machine?
That's right.
And I'm like, you don't even know what to do with this
That's
shit.
Right.
Right.
And we're here doing
like, why? Yeah, like we are deliberately trying to be away, and then that to me is an indicator that what we're doing is right.
So, which brings me to my next question. So, in a very comparison-based business, whether it's your clients or the trainer, how do you stay ahead of everyone and not get wrapped up in that comparison theory?
Because there's no judgment. I've been each one of those people.
Yeah.
Right. And I know which version you are. I know where you are. And I pray that you start to respect the gift that you have. Oh. And I'm OG now.
Yeah.
I'm like, I get it.
Let
right?
them.
I get them. Let them. Yeah. I get it. I get it. I get it. But once you realize the power of working out and why you do it and why you should do it and why you need to do it and why you have to do it. Look, I'll tell you all the time. When roosters wake up, they crow. When horses wake up, they just run. My dog wakes up and he hits the pavement. Boom, boom, boom. Right? Lions roar. Animals pray. That's how they pray. That's how they wake up and they say, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for this ability that I have. Thank you for this power that you've given me. This is me calling out to you. Human beings are the only ones that wake up and go, oh, God.
That's right. That's true.
I'm not even going to wake up today. I'm not going to move my body.
That's right.
And then they wonder why they can't get in touch with their gift.
And they're wrought with disease. Their bodies are just stiff.
Right.
You know, you brought up, that's a good point with the animals, because in the Bible it talks about, you know, don't worry about tomorrow, right? The sparrows. They don't worry about where their next meal's coming from. None of these animals worry about what's going to happen the next. They just wake up grateful for another day.
And they know what they got to do.
That's what exactly. So that mentality carries over into your business.
And when they can't do it, you know what they do?
They find a way to do it.
No, they die.
That's true.
When they know that they can't.
Yeah.
They know they can't.
Yep.
They go off.
Yeah. And they pass.
And they pass.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
They know they can't. We the only ones that are like, I can't do what I'm doing, but I'm not leaving.
That's it. I'm gonna
right?
sit here.
I'm gonna sit here and wallow, and then I'm gonna this negative energy.
That's it.
Right? You know, it's that's why when I move y'all, it's like, okay, there goes a dead dog. Okay, gonna die. That lion can't roar, but he don't want to go off in the forest and die.
I'm up on it like that. Like, are you hovering? I'm like, well, I'm not even done yet.
Yeah, what are you doing? Like, yeah.
So how do you balance it all, Anthony? Because you're so involved with your kids and their sports and your wife, and you guys travel to all their games and whatnot. And then you've got your crew of how many women you train every day and everything in between. How do you stay centered? Because again, there's somebody out there listening to you that's a trainer, or they've been out of the military for a minute. They're trying to find their way. They've been through something in their life. How do you balance everything? Like, what is your go-to?
I don't. It's not balanced. And you know what? There's no such thing as balance, right? It's like with training. Like if you try to balance your training, okay, you can do legs Monday, Wednesday, Friday, chest Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. You can do that, but life don't come at you balanced. So if you're trying to get balance, you're not preparing for anything, right? Because what are you gonna tell? You're gonna tell life, this ain't fair. I didn't train for this. Right?
And it's not
it's like it's not balanced. Like it's not. But I think what it is I appreciate it all because I know what that hell feels like, you know. And though it sucks and I got to do it right now, I know that hell, I don't ever want to go back to it.
What's one example of hell that you've gone through in your life that has shaped you for who you are today?
Losing my daughters, not from the standpoint of losing them like they died, but from the standpoint of I have 6 kids. So I have 3 daughters and 3 sons. And the man that had those daughters was not a good man. And I gave them up to do what I wanted to do and be who I wanted to be. And that was a hell. It was really tough. And it's something I'm still learning how to forgive myself from. But here's the deal, as I forgive myself from it, they're starting to come back. Right? Because almost guys like, I am not giving you these damn girls back until you get your shit straight, because you are not going to do that. Right? And in a way, not that I see you all as my daughters, I see you all honestly as a way that I'm healing, like, right? So the only thing that I can give you is this consistency.
Yes.
And this, because I didn't think, I didn't know. I was like, I can raise sons, but I can't raise daughters. And I'm like, he's like, you're lying.
Yeah.
Right? Because I know if me and Flo were to have kids again, we'd have a girl.
Of course you would, because that's how that works.
We'd have a girl. We have 3 boys, and I'm gonna end up with that girl.
Yeah,
right?
Right.
But yeah, that was when the realization was like, But, my oldest daughter finally called me one day and she was like, Dad, I'm ready to listen. And I was like, okay.
But were you ready?
I was,
Yeah.
because I had to heal.
Yeah.
Also, too, I had to say, listen, I'm sorry, I didn't know. I'm sorry I hurt you. We can go to therapy, but you ain't gonna be in my life now. But I also knew to say, we're not gonna be in my life. You ain't gonna be beating me up every day.
That's it.
You're not gonna be like, we can face it, and I don't mind facing it, but I'm not
They're reminding you of everything.
Right.
Yeah.
But then
the laundry list.
let's be mature about this, right? And not saying I don't want to hear it, but also too, what's like I tell you all, like you tell me, call me, I can't make it. I'm saying, what's the solution then? Like, I can't make it. What's the solution? Right? I don't want to hear what you can't do. What's the solution? Because I can't help you with your
issues.
The issues.
Yeah. All you can do is show up and meet them where they are.
Question.
Yeah, you do. But the thing, that the moral of the story is that you meet them where they are.
Yeah.
Right? They show up in your life the way they do, and you meet them there, and you help them with what they have, the best that you can, with because it's 50-50.
Yeah.
Like you can't do all the work.
Right.
They're going to meet you halfway, and that's part of the commitment, part of the relationship, part of the accountability that whole community that you've built has. And we do affectionately call you coach, because you coach us through things. And there are some women that train with you twice a day. I'm jealous of them bitches, because I wish I could get in there twice a day. I'm lucky if I get 45 minutes on time.
Yeah, and you know what? And I get it. And I get it's not always going to be the case.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's what I'm saying. There's no balance. Doesn't make any sense at all.
No.
But it's what you need right now.
That's right.
Right? That's what you need right now. And you're not taking, you're adding to the pot. You're bringing energy. You're bringing, right? Come on, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
So if there were one piece of advice you could give an aspiring coach out there right now, a trainer or somebody that's just starting a business, what would you say to them?
That's interesting. That
would encourage them to to get into this business, or
I guess the words just coming is just trust the process. There's a reason why you've been called to it, right? Are we talking about people who have been called to it, and this is what
somebody that's looking to be a trainer, and they just don't know? They're maybe frustrated because they're not getting the clientele, but they were chosen to do this for a reason. Okay. What would you encourage them to do?
Trust the process. Yeah. If you were chosen to do it,
yeah.
Trust the process and be open to the process.
Yes.
To get ego completely out of the picture, because your ego has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I'm an asshole if I train you like I train myself.
Yes.
Right? Like if it's that's not for you. Like you see that. You see trainers training their clients how to be bodybuilders. And I'm like, at what point in their life are they gonna be walking around half butt ass naked on a stage, right? If that's how you're training them, guess what's gonna happen? The first time they take a stumble down the stairs and they need to readjust their foot so that they don't break their ankle, they're not gonna be able to, because you had them doing the shit that you do.
That's right.
And your life is segmented, and you know exactly everything. You eat at a certain time. You just, like, I can't train my moms that way.
Right.
I can't train you that way.
No.
You know, your life isn't like that, right? Like, and if I'm not training you how God wants me to train you,
that's right.
I'm training you how God wants me to train you.
And how we show up.
Right. Yeah. And how you, the thing is this, the reason why we need to change, I need to change my face. The reason why you need to change your face is because when we walk in there, we're walking in the church. So the message that I'm giving you the message that he's giving me. So sometimes when I will say somebody and I'll be like, yo, go outside. And they'll be like, why? And I'm like, go outside because your shit isn't together. And whatever happened last night, you need to let that shit go because you brought it back in here.
That's right.
Right? And how'd you know? And I'm like, I don't know. All I know is I'm a vessel, and I know what he just told me. Go get your shit straight, come back in so he can give you what it is that he needs to give you.
Trust the process.
Right? And so when you come out, you get your shit straight, and that's you taking responsibility. You know what? I'm not good right now. Yeah, a lot of people are like, yo, let me make this phone call real quick. I need to talk to this person. I need to let this go. Or let me tighten this text message off right quick. All right, I'm straight now. Thank you.
That's it.
And I'm like, don't thank me, right? Just thank God, right? Thank God. Like, we've created a place. I have already pushed out all of the negative energy so that you can get what it is that you need to get.
And while you're here, maximize your.
While you're here, get it. Get it. Because guess what? It's a war out here right now. And if you're not straight, you're going to get caught up in it.
That's right. And we only have one chance.
Right.
So before we go.
Did I answer any of your questions?
Yes. We're having a conversating.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
2 things you're grateful for.
My failures. And you know what? Let me just go ahead and say it. She gets on my goddamn nerves. But my wife, I love her.
Yes.
She's so fucking aggravating. I love
Wait,
her.
your dog's aggravating.
My
Chihuahua. What's his name?
Cello Ignacio Farmer.
That dog, Cello.
He's a little chihuahua. But yeah, my wife changed my life. You know, she changed my life. And when I met her, it's like, shit.
Yeah, you knew it.
I thought I had it together. I thought I had it figured out. And I was like, for real? And he was like, for real. And I was like, okay. And it's been a roller coaster, but she changed my life.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have them.
True.
I was done.
True.
I'm 13 years older. I was done. I don't want
Starting
any
all over again,
right?
yeah.
And then she convinced me, hey, I want children. I was like, okay, I'll give you whatever you want. But it was her relationship with me that made me. She was the first person that gave me the thought process that I could trust a woman. First woman ever. You know.
Yeah.
And so that I'm grateful for her, and I'm grateful for all of the mistakes and
Your failures.
Yeah.
That's such a humbling, transparent, authentic answer. And that will resonate with so many people. If somebody wants to train with you, how do they get a hold of you besides me?
No, just DM me.
Yep.
Lab San Diego.
Yep.
And then come in, and you're going to get what you get, and I'm going to get what I get. Don't show up. Don't try to act like no. Because guess what? If I'm not for you, there's somebody else out there for you. And you're going to kind of see it. Like, hey, come on, Tammy. I don't even tell y'all what to do. I just basically standing there bodyguarding the area, right? Trying to block nonsense from coming in so these ladies can get what they want.
That's right.
Male or female. It just happens to be a lot of women.
Yeah.
I just think in the industry right now, more women are open to being trained than men are.
Strength is
right?
it's a thing now.
Yeah. So I train men, I train women, I train kids, but yeah, if you want to come in, just DM anybody that I train.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't really get. It's just message me, right? And let's just be real. And if I'm gonna tell you, nope, not trend for you.
Yep.
Right? Nope, I don't want it. You know, nope, you're not ready to let go.
Yeah.
And this is what we do here.
Battle.
Right.
You guys, women and men both, I can tell you because I've known Anthony for many, many years, but this go around with them, he has changed my life. Like for the last 4 years since I explanted, my body has gone through a metamorphosis, and I finally have arrived to who I am. I've arrived to who God created me to be. And when I said to Anthony a few months ago, I disrespected my body for so many years, I meant that. And now it's time for me, with the help of Anthony and the crew of women that are there, to respect my body again. So if you're a woman or if you're a man and you're looking to find a trainer, not a trainer in the sense of the word, but it's someone who is an accountability partner, someone who has confidence in you more than you could ever have in yourself, someone who believes in you, someone who will support you, someone who is real and will meet you where you are and show up as you show up, Anthony's your guy. He's no bullshit. There's no fuss about his workouts. It's like you get in here, class starts at 5 o'clock in the morning and ends at 8 o'clock. I happen to show up around, I say I'm going to show up at 7, but I roll up at 7:30 and I still get an hour's worth of a workout in because there's no bullshit. This is your guy. Reach out to me if you want to train with him. I can connect you with him, or you can go Lab San Diego on Instagram. He is as real as they get, a man of very little words, but yet very impactful with how he does what he does in life. Anthony, as always, I'm happy to have you around. So happy you took the time to be here today and you brought your son with you. Floor, he loves you. You changed his life, and he's changing our lives, those of us who are in his life. San Diego, we love you. Check him out. Peace out.